Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about overt fats, even the kind of healthier fats that we consider to be healthy and untampered with and, in their natural state, like avocado and coconut and nuts and seeds. And I also am specifically thinking about a lot of the raw vegan mothers while I'm doing this video, and I'll get more into that. But I just kind of wanted to go over fat consumption and what it does to our body and whether we should be consuming it. And for me personally, I can definitely tell a difference in my digestion and my energy levels and just my overall health when I consume fat, even the healthy fats like avocados. For me personally, I actually get slight headaches when I eat avocado. It's kind of weird. It's like this weird headache that it is unlike anything I ever get with anything else. It only happens with avocado. It's very strange. And you can just feel that these fats don't digest as quickly and as well as sweet juicy fruits, the carbohydrates. And so I kind of just wanted to make this video for anybody who's still thinking that they need to have fats in their diet and that fats are healthy. And first, I guess I'll say that there is fat in everything. Everything natural has fat in it, even fruits and leafy greens. And it's just found in everything. You'll never eat anything natural that doesn't contain fat in it, so you're always going to have a supply of fat. And when you're eating your species-specific diet as frugivores, fruits and leafy greens, that is what our body is designed to eat, and that is just what's going to be optimal for our health. These fruits have evolved with us for us to eat them and for them to have the most nutritionally balanced, in proportion to our own body, and to have everything that our body needs contained in these sweet, juicy fruits. And I have to say that I think that, most of these people that are defending the fats and that are saying that we need to have some nuts and seeds and avocado and natural fats like that, to be honest, I think that they just have not gone on a low-fat diet extensively, on basically all fruits and maybe some leafy greens. I think that they haven't maybe tried that out for an extensive amount of time and felt the benefits, and then maybe gone back to the fats and see what that does to their body. I just hear people all the time, so often, telling people that they should just listen to their body, and if their body is telling them that they want fat, then that means that their body probably needs some fat. But I would say that, if I ate some cooked food today, then tomorrow my body would be telling me that I need cooked food. It's not really that my body needs it or that your body needs the fat or the avocado. It's just that it's what you've been eating, and the internal environment that you've created with these fats is cultivating different bacteria and playing a role in your decision making, how your mind is functioning, and it's really just an addictive thing. And so when your body's craving fat, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you want fat. It's more likely just to be a craving because you haven't given up the fat yet. It's like any drug on the planet. Obviously we all know that meth is not good for the body, but a meth addict his body is going to tell him that his body needs meth, and it's going to cry out for this drug or whatever, or cooked food. And I believe the same thing is happening with fats. And so the only way to really tell if that's the case is to drop the fats altogether and just try eating sweet juicy fruits under probably 10% fat. Try that out for like 30 days, and then try eating an avocado and see what it does to your body. It's the only way you're going to be able to prove it to yourself. And pretty much everyone that I've talked to, all the fruitarians, say the same thing, that if they're eating all high carb fruits and then they go back to like an avocado, it just kind of screws with their digestion and their energy levels, and even their clarity and things like that, and that's what happens to me. So just wanted to quickly say that. But I also really have been thinking about all the raw vegan mothers and their children, and it seems like pretty much every raw vegan mother that I talk to is almost religious about their child having fat, and like they need to have avocado and nuts and seeds. And the theory for that is mostly for proper brain development and brain function, is that the brain is made up of a lot of fat, and that they think that their child needs to have this fat in order to, develop their brain properly. And I've read this from very well-known sources and from very well-known people in raw veganism, and so I think that a lot of mothers are just reading this and not really giving it a second thought, and just thinking that it's the truth. And I thought the same thing when I read this. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. The brain's made of a lot of fat, so children may need more fat. But once I started thinking about it for myself, and kind of looking at how Mother Nature works and its great design, then it actually made absolutely no sense to me that we would feed our children more fat to develop their brain. It seems very strange to me because mother's milk is only about maybe 2 to 6% fat content. That's about the same as sweet, juicy, high-carb fruit. And to think that, and I don't actually know what age most babies start to eat solid food, but just as an example, I'm just going to say, a 1-year-old, if a child is around 1 year old and he's starting to eat some solid food, and now the mother thinks that he should have this big load of fat in order for brain development, even if it's just a little bit of avocado a day, you're going from a whole year of just maybe 2 to 6% fat, which is all the body needs to develop properly and to have optimal brain development and optimal everything. If you compare mother's milk to sweet, juicy fruit, it's the most identical to anything else on the planet. And then to go from 2 to 6% liquid, and then feeding your child avocado, which is like around 70% fat, just seems kind of crazy to me. And I know it's not like it's all you're feeding your child, but still, so many mothers that I talk to think that it's pretty much necessary for their optimal development that they have these fats, and I just don't see the logic in that. And I would think that there would be more fruits. Avocado is one of the only fruits I can think of with that much fat content, and it seems like there would be a lot more fruits that have a higher amount of fat in them if we were meant to have it for our development. And then also, what age do you cut off the fats? Because for most adults, fat is sluggish, and it really doesn't have an optimal effect on our body. And you can read this almost anywhere. Most raw vegans know this, that these overt fats are not great for their body and they don't feel great on them. And so what age do we cut off the fat? If we start feeding our children fat at 1 or 2 years old, do we stop feeding them the fats? Are they okay on sweet, juicy fruits at the age of 5 or 6 or 10? They're still growing children, their brain is still growing, but it seems like a lot of these mothers are so worried at this young age that their child gets enough fat, and it doesn't really make much sense to me. The brain runs basically completely off of simple sugars, just like the whole body does, and it can't use fat as a fuel. It can convert fat into simple sugars and use that as a fuel, but fat cannot directly be used as a fuel. It's just to make up, the brain. And obviously the brain gets enough fat from 2 to 6% because that's how much is in mother's milk. That is the most crucial, critical time for a baby's development, is right when they're, being born. That first year of age is probably more critical than any other time, and you would think that if they needed that much fat, then it would be provided in the breast milk, but breast milk is about the same nutritional, proportionally, about the same as sweet, juicy fruit. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that we would just cut that off and then give our babies all this excess fat. The body needs less than 10% fat to run optimally, to run perfectly, and you can tell that going over that by too much is not great. You don't feel that great. Sweet, juicy fruits, that's the breast milk of Mother Nature, and it's what children, I think, should be weaned onto after they, wean off of the breast milk, or, are in that transition phase. I don't think that they need a whole lot of fat. I don't really buy that they need that fat for brain development. Their brain is going to develop just fine, more optimally, in my opinion, on the low-fat fruits and not having any overt fats at all. I'm not saying that you have to completely get rid of avocado. Some avocado here and there. I still eat some avocado, even though I know it's not optimal every once in a while, but I don't think that we should be thinking that it is optimal, that we pretty much have to feed our children this for them to have optimal development. So I just suggest that you think about this one for yourself. Look at both sides, look at these different references that you found, hear what they're saying, hear what I'm saying, and then take a look at what, at Mother Nature, and look at how we're made and how everything is designed, and then decide for yourself what you think. Because to me, when I thought about it for myself, it was obvious that these overt fats for our children don't make a whole lot of sense. So that's about it for this video. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And if you like this information, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on fruitarianism, spirituality, and natural living. And I will talk with you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.